The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
Now look, I'm sure you've heard the basics of retirement planning a gajillion times. You got to contribute to your 401k plan if you have one, and you have to contribute to your individual retirement account or IRA. And that is conventional wisdom, and this time it's actually right.
Right. Then he turns around and says what I've been saying.
However, as much as I like the tax-favored status of 401k plans and IRAs, I got to tell you something heretical about almost nobody else is going to come out and say. Most company 401k plans, they stink. They have high management fees and administrative costs that eat into your returns, particularly when the returns are very low. And worst of all, they typically offer you lousy choices for investments and not nearly enough control over them. The 401k business is a racket for the managers who get to charge you these fees. I can't believe I actually said that because it's true.
Gee, Jim, thanks for listening to my show. Unbelievable, isn't it? Finally, we got somebody talking about the 401k than just me. Welcome. Today, the market again has been all over the place. Now it's positive again because of this tariff. I'm going to talk about these tariffs and what it means. They've already slapped on, as you know. They increased on $250 billion worth of goods. Today, they increased the tariff from 10% up to 25%. Now, he did that knowing that before those items hit our shores, the coast, coming over from China, be about 2 weeks. So that gives the Chinese 2 weeks to think about it. That's why he did that. Now, they're saying tonight, by midnight, he's going to add even more if, of course, he doesn't see them coming to an agreement. He doesn't want them to come to an agreement. He wants to see no agreement. He wants to see the market get hit. Okay, he wants to see the market start dropping, and this is how he's going to get reelected. I'm going to explain all that to you in a moment. But first, I want to talk about what is really going on here. Nobody is talking about it. Everybody's focusing on these tariffs and impeaching the president, but no one is focusing on the fact that we're seeing a second inversion of the yield curve. We always have 4 indicators. I talk about them all the time. They're never wrong. In 50 years, they've never been wrong, as it tells you when we're going to get a recession. So while everybody's focusing on tariffs and impeachment, no one is focusing on, first of all, the recession we could either be in now or it's right around the corner that could hurt us. But no one is focusing on the fact that the second yield inversion, which means not only recession, but it means a crash. And in 50 years, it's only been wrong once. Now remember, Trump, the last thing he wants is a recession. He doesn't want a recession, especially going into an election. That could be the worst thing. He could get toasted. That's the last thing he wants is a recession. Then a crash. That's not going to work out well for him. Now remember, a recession, and he knows this, is when the economy stops growing and then starts shrinking. So when recessions hits, that means we have an environment of investment spending, capital investment spending, all dries up. Household income starts drying up. Business profits all start drying up, start declining. Now, that's not good news going into an election, is it? But this is what he's facing. He knows we're seeing this recession. And he sees the indicators. He knows that. But remember what they used to do to break the back of inflation. They used to raise rates. If you remember, Paul Volcker, who was under Carter and Reagan, raised rates 20%. And what happened? Well, you break the back of inflation, but you also, while the inflation is dropping, bankruptcies increase. That's something Trump can't have going into an election year. So he's been fighting Powell. Here's Powell, remember, he was raising rates up to 2.5% because Powell knows there's inflation. He can see it with health care costs, prescription drug costs, gasoline, oil, on and on and on. Go to the movies. Everybody knows there's inflation. Food, go to the grocery store. They're telling us there's no inflation. They know there's inflation. That's why Powell wants to break the back of inflation early. He wants to start raising rates. And when he started to raise rates and it got to 2.5%, the market crashed, went down 20%. Because with higher rates, it was killing the folks. Because remember, our income from 2000 and like take health insurance from 2008 in the last 10 years to now went up 65%. And wages have gone up, let's even use the high end, 3%. Now, the reason why they lie and say there's no inflation, you hear that all the time. Oh, there's no inflation, there's no inflation. First of all, they take out food, gasoline, they take out everything we use. They don't count that. They don't put that in when counting inflation. Also, what they do is they'll take, when they're figuring inflation, if everybody is eating, let's say everybody's eating steak, and steak prices have gone up, what they do is they'll look at hot dogs. And hot dogs went down, and they'll use hot dogs to make the determination, not the steaks. Same with cars, to see if there's inflation in cars. They'll check and see what the used cars are and what new sale cars, what the cost of new cars. And what they'll do is they'll take and swap over to the used car or to the new car. It's all a game. And the reason they don't want to admit to inflation is because they don't want to raise interest rates. Because we got a lousy economy. We haven't got the greatest economy ever in history. We're told every day, we're lied to by these jibber jabbers every day in these financial TV shows that we have the greatest economy ever, when we don't. So they don't want this inflate. They don't want to raise the cost of living, first of all, to the 88 million people who are on Social Security. Do you know, by the way, if you go back 10 years and you're on Social Security, your check should be 38.2% higher than it is today. They screwed you out of 38.2% in increases by lying and saying there's no inflation, by taking hamburger instead of steak, by taking a used car instead of a new car. It's unbelievable, isn't it? So Trump, to get reelected, he needs the market to rally. Because one thing he understood when he came into being president, remember what he said before he was president candidate. He says this market is a big fat ugly bubble. It's all fake. You raise interest rates a little bit, it's going to break. But then when he became president and he saw how everybody thought that the market going up meant that this economy was booming, and they looked at him as a hero when he became president, the market went up because of all the things he promised, like the new roads and all the infrastructure, and he's going to cut all the different rules and regulations. Which, by the way, he cut all of that for the banks. That's who got the biggest cuts in regulations. Remember, he cut all the regulations. So look at all. It's the banks that got the biggest break, huge. But again, Trump knows to get reelected, he's got to get the market to rally. He needs to break Powell. He needs to have another QE4, and he's going to do it using TARP. I'll explain that when I get back. Terrorists, rather, not TARP.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. No matter if the market is up or the market is down, Phil Grandy and his Phil's Gang members prepared for market volatility and making profits.
Cisco in April, we're up 4%. We just got in that in April. Lockheed Martin, we're up now 7%. Facebook, we bought April 9th, we're up 10%. Morgan Stanley, we're up 11%. WLL, we bought April 1st, we're up 19%. And let's take this year, the spiders, the S&P 500, we are up 16%. Apple, we're up 26%. Railroad, CSX, we're up 17%. And at the end of the day, when the market keeps going up and up and up, and you're in that market, you're never out in time. You ride it all the way back down, especially with your 401ks. Let's change that today. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Let's change it today.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang radio show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang social media, keeping you connected.
No matter if the market is up or the market is down, Phil Grandy and his Phil's Gang members prepared for market volatility and making profits.
Cisco in April, we're up 4%. We just got in that in April. Lockheed Martin, we're up now 7%. Facebook, we bought April 9th, we're up 10%. Morgan Stanley, we're up 11%. WLL, we bought April 1st, we're up 19%. And let's take this year, the spiders, the S&P 500, we are up 16%. Apple, we're up 26%. Railroad, CSX, we're up 17%. And at the end of the day, when the market keeps going up and up and up, and you're in that market, you're never out in time. You ride it all the way back down, especially with your 401ks. Let's change that today. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Let's change it today.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Does your money manager send you an alert when the stock position that you're in goes up or it goes down? Does your brokerage send you an alert to get out of a stock position so you don't lose money? Of course they don't. Here at philsgang.com, we keep all of our members engaged with the stock positions that we recommend. Nobody does that for their clients. Nobody. Go to philsgang.com and become a member to get up-to-the-minute alerts. That's philsgang.com. Stop losing money and start making money with Phil's Gang.
You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, the president has a choice. When he became president, he had no clue what the stock... He knew he had a stock market bubble. He knew the market went up 357%. But he knew they didn't go up because companies were doing well. The earnings are fake because when you buy your own shares back and you spread your earnings over fewer shares, that artificially pushes up the shares, and then it pushes up the stock price. You say, wow, that's something. No wonder the market keeps going up. So as long as they can keep the market going up, and Trump can keep the market going up, and people are convinced the market is the economy, Trump has to keep this market going. But to do that, he's got to have QE4. He's got to get interest rates back down to zero. When we went to 2.5%, the market collapsed 20%. What does that tell you? And then the other problem he's facing is the yield curve. We've been talking about the yield curve for almost a year and a half here. And nobody pays attention to it because they don't want you to pay attention to it because the yield curve is just, that is it. It tells the truth. It doesn't lie. That's one of the 4 components we look at to identify the health of the economy. Housing starts, durable goods orders, pending home sales, the big one, yield curves, which simply means when you have the 10-year or the 3-month Treasury giving you a higher interest rate than a 10-year Treasury, that's bad news. That means we're in trouble. That means we're in a recession. We don't even know we're in a recession. Sometimes you're in a recession, you don't even know you're in a recession. And as I said, the worst thing about a recession is, and the last thing Trump wants, a recession, the economy stops growing and it starts shrinking. And then they stop spending. Remember, spending is 70% of our economic GDP growth, and the big spending comes from capital investment, the spending that manufacturers and companies spend on information technology, equipment, trucks, machinery. That all stops. Household income then gets cut back as people get laid off. Business profits all decline. So the point is, when he got elected, he started to figure out, wow, I like this idea. I'm going to embrace it now instead of saying it's stupid. I'm going to embrace this. All you got to, matter of fact, he's saying, boy, it's much easier to drive a stock market than to drive an economy. And once he figured that out, he is going to drive this market, and he did like nobody else. But at the same time, underneath it, the economy's imploding from within, which nobody's going to talk about. Which means that we are facing, when you look at the four different indicators, and you look just this month alone, the biggest, the mother lode indicator, the yield curve, this is the second time it's been inverting. And so when you have Trump's scared to death, he's saying, you got one guy, okay, you got Powell saying, Mr. President, we got inflation. We've been lying to people so we don't have to give the people on Social Security their raise, cost of living raise, but we got a terrible inflation. So I got to raise rates. And he says, no. He says, don't do that. He says, no, I got to raise rates so that we can break the back of inflation. And he said, well, let's do this. Let's cut rates. Let me get ahead of it. Let's cut rates. Let's do QE4, rally the stock market, and we'll put off the recession. And then I can get reelected. See, that's where they're at heads with each other right now. So he's been fighting Powell, and Powell wants to raise rates to fight inflation, and Trump wants to lower rates to increase the stock market, rally the market big time, and he gets elected because he knows everybody looks at the market as the economy. That's what he needs to get reelected. But here's what's really been going on. Not only your 401ks, you're going to get screwed, because when a recession comes and the market does drop, you're the only group that can't make money on the way down. Think of, if we focus on, there's no focus on the market right now. All the focus on right now is just impeachment and tariffs, And what Trump is doing, he's taking the tariff war. He said, okay, Powell, you're not going to work with me? You want to raise rates? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a tariff war. And I'm going to get into a fight with the Chinese. That's what I'm going to do. And they're not going to agree. They're not going to agree to what I want. I'm going to give them something that they can't agree to. I'm going to tell them they've got to agree to stop stealing our technology. They'll never agree to that. So they're going to walk away from the table. And the market's going to drop big, Powell. How you like that? The market's going to go down because he's going to walk away. The Chinese are going to walk away. And when the market goes down and the people, most of the 88 of these people in 401ks, they're going to get crushed because it's the only program that you're not allowed to make money when the market is going down, to position yourself when the market is going down. Isn't that stupid with a 401k? There's a lot of stupid things about a 401k. Hey, by the way, listen, here's some of them. Here's Ted Mena talking about it, who's the guy who started the 401k.
Most participants kind of pick something and and leave it, but a lot of times they don't know what they're picking and why they picked it.
People don't know what they're picking. They say, okay, hey, you just joined the company, you get a 401k now, and we match what every penny you put in, we'll match $1. But first of all, you got to select a mutual fund that we stick inside your 401k. Here's a menu. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not an investor. Well, don't worry about it. Just pick anything. Here, let us guide you. So the first thing the company does in the 401k manager, they make sure they put you and direct you to one of the worst performing mutual funds because they make the biggest kickback. Both the company, I'm not saying all companies, but they get the biggest kickback. Both the manager, fund manager, and the company. Remember, the fund manager has no fiduciary relationship with, so he can do it. So Trump right now he's got this guy. Really, Powell, he's got him. He can just make sure this tariff deal blows up tonight at midnight, and we come back and the market will be down, and then Powell have to do QE4 and the market to rally. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
If you're like me, you don't have time to trade in the stock market, so why not invest in the market? The MV2 stock chart and philsgang.com continue to make me profits in the market. You see, the MV2 is specifically made for those who do not have time to invest, but they have income to invest in the market, and I spent very little to begin my investment journey. It's the easiest stock chart to read, and that's why I spend little time invested in reading the chart. The MV2 simply tells me when to get into a stock and, most importantly, when to get out. I invest in a stock and I don't worry about the investment because I subscribe to the Phil's Gang alerts and they tell me when to take my profits. Yes, it's that easy. Go to philsgang.com or call them 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Joining Phil's Gang was the best financial decision I have ever made. philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
I've been telling you since January of 2018 the market was going to crash, and what was going to tip the market over is China and the global economy, that it was slowing. Now what are you hearing? Nobody ever talks about the bond market. I always talk about the bond market with my gang because we watch the bond market. This is how we get our returns. Give you an example. We bought in January Netflix. We also bought Nike. We bought Hess. And we bought Airlines, LUV. Those four, we have an 18% return. Again, I'm not saying every gang member made 18%. I can't say that because I don't know when they get in or when they get out. I give them the instructions when to get in and when to add to their position, when to take profits, when to get out, when to run like hell. And if they follow that, then that was the returns we had on those four stocks.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call, 877-600-4264.
However, as much as I like the tax-favored status of 401k plans and IRAs, I got to tell you something heretical about almost nobody else is going to come out and say. Most company 401k plans, they stink.
But financial advisors are just one part of this. If you are lucky, your job offers a 401k retirement plan. And if it does, you should probably take advantage of it. But you should also know they can be a goldmine for financial service companies. And while it's not unreasonable for them to get paid for providing a service, there can be a lot of different fees.
There are legal fees, trustee fees, transactional fees, stewardship fees, bookkeeping fees, finder's fees, and the list goes on and on.
You know, most participants kind of pick something and and leave it, but a lot of times they don't know what they're picking and why they picked it.
Most people don't even know there's fees with a 401k. So I've been getting emails and saying, Phil, I've been hearing you. I don't want to get rid of my 401k. I got to pay a tax. Well, then I suggest you get together with your accountant and look into a Roth IRA. There's got to be, there's different programs, okay, that you can take your money out of your 401k, put in another program so you don't get taxed. You should talk to your accountant. But let's just say this. Let's say there's no way to get out. You got to make a decision. The people who emailed me said, well, Phil, I don't want to pay my tax. Wait a minute. Think about this. The stock market went down 50% in 2008. The dot-coms went down 40%. This one's going to go down even more because remember, the last two bubbles were created by our owners, and they were designed to break on the Dow at 15,000. This time, because of their greed, the other two bubbles, we didn't have QE. We didn't have stock buybacks. So the people who 85% of their income comes from the stock market, our owners rigged it to make sure the stocks would keep going up by making sure money was interest-free, give it to the corporations, buy their own shares back. Trump figures out, wow, it's a lot easier to rally the market than rally the economy. I'm now changing my mind. I'm behind this. I want this market to rally. I want it QE4. I want interest rates to drop. Powell comes in and says you can't do that. I got to raise rates. We got terrible inflation with healthcare. We got terrible inflation everywhere. We've been lying to the public because we don't want to give the retirees a cost of living raise, but we got to raise rates because we're going to run into a recession. And a recession means what? Trump says it means higher rates. And at 2.5%, the market dropped 20%. You got to raise them up to 5, 6, 7%. He says, yes, because I want to break the back of inflation. No, you're not going to do that. I want you to stop raising rates. So because he won't stop raising rates, Trump says, okay, and then I'm going to force you to stop. Because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend I want tariffs. And I'm going to start telling the Chinese they're part of the agreement, they have to make sure, part of the agreement, they can no longer steal our technology. Yeah, like China's going to go, yeah, I agree. I'm not going to steal your technology. Are you nuts? What are you nuts? China, it's in their DNA. They copy everything. They steal everything. Are you nuts? My best friend, he's now passed away. Yeah, I put the book up. I get his book. They stole from him. First first the Japanese stole from him his fax machine. They stole everything, and then China took everything and just stole all the designs and unbelievable. They've been stealing. So Trump knows. All right, I'm going to put the bar up so high, China's going to walk away. And when China walks away, then the market's going to go down. And when the market goes down, now you're going to have to drop interest rates. You're going to have to give me QE. And then that way I can win the election. That's what he's thinking. And if you think of the stock market right now, nobody's focusing on it. You know the stock market in 8 months has not gone up? No, the stock market in the last 8 months it's still where it was 8 months ago. Remember, we had a 20% drop. Then we only went back up to where we started. But remember who got killed? The people in 401ks, because that's the only group who can't short the market, who can't make money as the market goes down. Everybody else was shorting, but 401ks, they're not allowed to do that. They got to take the hit. And think about this. A 20% hit, people say, I'll just stay in and I'll get my money back and I'll get out when I break even. First, how the hell do you know you're going to break even? How do you know it's going to go back up? You don't. But here's the key. If you go back and look at the 2008 crash and the market went down 50%, you don't break even when it goes back up 50%. You got to go up 100% to break even. If the market goes down 20%, you don't break even if it goes back up 20%. You break even if it goes up 33%. That's how it works. That's how it works. So we got a stock market, if you think about it, has not in 8 months been higher. We're not even up 10. We're not even 15 point higher than we were in October. Yes, the market dropped and went back up. In my gang, we made money when it dropped. A lot of people made money because you can short the market. You can't do that with a 401k. That's the problem with the 401k. It's terrible. So, again, you don't have to listen to me. Listen to the guy who formed a 401k. I just played some cuts, Ted Benna. Because remember what he did. There's a big difference between there's a big difference between a pension, which is a defined guarantee plan, where they were guarantee you an adequate income to make sure that you could get a retirement check every month, and that was the responsibility of the employer. The 401k, they screwed everybody with the 401k. It's a defined contribution plan. There is no responsibility that falls on the employer to make sure you get adequate income to provide you a check, a retirement check, so your standard of living stays the same as when you're working. There's the biggest problem with the 401k. So you got a 401k, you have a manager that has absolutely no fiduciary relationship with you at all. His loyalty is to himself, to his brokerage company, and to the shareholders of his broker company. In a pension plan, oh yes, in a pension plan, all the loyalty goes to you. There's a fiduciary relationship. But all I hear about is, well, I got to pay taxes. Well, then think about it. Then if you're saying I got to pay taxes and the market went down 50%, you don't believe the market's going to go down. So if you have $100,000 in a 401k, you'd rather have it go down to $50,000, lose $50,000 so you don't have to pay tax of $12,000. That's what people are saying or emailing me. I mean, my God, when you buy a sundae, you go to the store to buy a sundae. Do you buy the cherry on top? No, you buy the sundae. It's the same thing. That, to sit there and say I'm going to lose interest. So you rather save $12,000 in taxes but lose $50,000. What if? And I'm telling you, this market's going to go down more than 50%, which means you got to get 100% back to break even. It's a terrible product. All I'm saying is join my gang, and we're an alternative. We're not a mutual fund. All we do is take a group of stocks that here we have 5 stocks that we've been in. That's our portfolio, 5 stocks for over 2 years, and then we have 3 indices: the spiders, the banks, and small mid-cap stocks. And then we have the best. We have about 5 ETFs, like the semis, big tech. We have energy, retail. And what we do every day, myself and my team, every day, these are what we watch for our gang. Every day, day and night, this is what we watch. This is what every day we work on to make sure, stay in this group. You stay in this group, and then what we do is turn around every day at 2 o'clock and give you the instructions what to do on each one of these. And you got clear, precise instructions, concise instructions. And if you're confused, you have a personal coach. For God's sakes, how can you not make money? Do you think your 401k manager is going to do that for you? Join my gang, and when you start making money, please help St. Jude. This is the way to go. Use it to supplement your 401k if you're not convinced. This is nuts.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Call now, waiting for your call. Think about our stocks in January. Apple, we're up 26%. February, 17%. And Costco, CSX, 17%. This is what we do.
For more information, go to philsgang.com. Or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hannah complained of a headache. It was a rhabdomyosarcoma. Within a few days, Hannah was in treatment because we were told that the tumor was very aggressive. And it very quickly became clear that St. Jude was the ultimate place to be. So we've essentially put our lives in South Africa on hold. Incredibly blessed to be here. St. Jude is an asset to the world. The research that is developed here is offered freely to the rest of the medical world. The entire way that the place operates is just to give and to care. I think it's the kind of place that not only stands as a beacon for pediatric cancer, but I think it could teach the world a couple of lessons about how to treat people. And I think if those lessons could be learned even in their most basic form, this world could be a better place.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the Philsgang MaxVest 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the Philsgang MaxVest 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the Philsgang MaxVest 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264, and we'll see you on the charts. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, the market was down. Now Trump comes out and he tweets. I'll read it to you. Stocks soar after Trump tweets. China talked. Very constructive. Quotes. Although we have no future talk scheduled. Well, wait. Isn't Wall Street something? The market goes up, market goes down, market goes up. But see, you don't deal with that. When you're my member, you don't have to even worry about that. Because we deal with trend. What gives you trend? The flow of money. See, money doesn't go in and out, in and out, in and out. They pull it out, put it in, pull it out. No, it doesn't work that way. The institutions put in money long term, or they take money out long term. So you have a trend. This everyday nonsense from one guy saying one thing, another guy saying something, up and down, the volatility, that could drive you nuts. But with us, we're the smoothing mechanism. Our chart follows the money. So we don't care if the market goes up 3 times during the day and drops 3 times during the day. Our members will continually, be on the right plane, be on the right trend. Just lay back and ride it. We every day we take care of this. Tell you exactly what to do. You haven't got to know anything. I mean, you think you got to know what the trailing PE is and the forward PE and the price to sales, price to book. You got to know the free cash flow, the 52-week low, the 52-week high, the inventory. No, you don't need to know any of that. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. When you have a market that they just keep lowering rates, and you have QE, and it pushes the market up 357% from 2009, but the economy can't even grow 3%, please think about that. Something's wrong. And think about this. The market has gone up. The .com, the housing con, went up on the Dow to about 15,000 and then it dropped. Where are we now? Over 25,000 right now, for God's sakes. I mean, this is crazy. This is going to be the biggest crash ever because of QE and the trick. Remember, quantitative easing as a confidence game. By printing money and cutting rates, it makes you confident because you think that the economy's doing great because the market's doing great. And then the stock buyback, that's accounting trickery. You see stock prices go up, they come on these financial shows and say, oh, the stock price is going up because earnings are going up. No, they're not. Earnings are a lie. They're going up because they have to spread their earnings over less shares. That's why a company has 1 million shares. They'll buy half of them back. Now there's only 500,000. So that means the earnings will go up 5% instead of 1%. So the stock will go up from $20 to $30 to $40. All fake. But the big boys are making money because 85% of their income comes from the market, and they stay in the market. And the market's a beautiful thing. It goes up 70% of the time, but when they started with QE back in 2008 and stock buybacks, it almost goes up 90% of the time. You just got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. Your broker's not going to tell you. Your planner's not going to tell you that. He's not going to tell you anything. So, by the way, remember I said yesterday I needed 15 people? Okay, I got 9, all right? So I need another 6 people to round it off. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. You get your free chart. Let's get the last, all right, we need 5 for the 15 now. I need 5 people. It's free. You get your chart, $29.95. It's free. You just have to join the gang, $39.95. And then during the month, you're going to be with this. We're going to be coaching you on the groups that we stay in. The 5 stocks are AT&T, Goldman Sachs, Intel, Caterpillar, and Schlumberger. The 3 ETF, the indices, the spiders, the banks, and the small mid-cap stocks. And then we have 5 ETFs. This is the group we study, we follow every day, 24/7, to make sure we know everything about these groups. We know what's going on, and we know where the money's going, where the money's in, when the money's coming out, and then we give you the instruction what to do. You don't have to study anything. You don't have to do a thing. If you want to come to class and you want to be an aggressive trader and you want to learn how to trade and all that, we have the best class available. But if you're a person that's busy and your life is full of chaos, but you know you're facing retirement down the road, and you know of heart of hearts your 401k is no good. Now, the only people that don't know anything about a 401k, why it's no good, people who did not get hurt. Young people who just, you don't even remember the .com crash. You certainly don't remember the 1987 crash. You certainly don't remember the 10 years ago. You probably don't even remember 10 years ago that crash. But people who do, and we're in a 401k, you know darn well. So this crash is going to be a lot bigger because we're a lot higher. Both, think about it. Each one of those crashes, the .com crash and the housing crash, the Dow went up 15,000, then they pulled the plug. This time, they just let it rip. They're going to try to bring the market up to 30,000. Oh, that's great. Let's keep making money. This is what we do for our gang. Here, right now, spiders. We're up big time in spiders. We're up 16%. If you just did that. So I need to fill out 5 more people to finish my 15. 877-600-GANG. Call now, 877-600-GANG. And you get the chart free, and we'll show you what to do, okay? But listen to this about the TARP, the trade deal, rather.
The trade war has been here for 20 years, and now the U.S. is doing something about it. And the thing about these trade wars is no one really wins. I think this will have a far greater negative impact on China than it will on the U.S. economy.
You don't know that. Here's Rick Scott.
Well, first off, I think I never personally expected China to do a deal that was fair to Americans.
That's right. They're never going to do a deal fair to Americans. Trump knows that, and it's going to be his way out. When China walks away, the market drops. He gets his QE. He gets his interest rates drop back to zero. Market rallies. He gets reelected. And talking about these morons in Washington, we got all this going on, and all they care about is impeaching. Here's Jim Jordan.
Bill Barr is following the law, and what's his reward? Democrats are going to hold him in contempt. I don't think today's actually about getting information. I don't think it's about getting the unredacted Mueller report. I don't think last week's hearing was actually about having staff question the Attorney General. I think it's, as my colleague said earlier, I think it's all about trying to destroy Bill Barr because...
That's right. This is what they're working on? This is what our Congress is working on, destroying our Attorney General, instead of working on your 401k to stop the nonsense, to clean them up, to put some laws in. And why don't they do the first law that's necessary? That the manager of your 401k has a fiduciary relationship with you. There should be a fiduciary law like there was pensions. But no, there's no fiduciary. Why? Because they're so wealthy that this mutual fund industry, they can pay off Congress, the lobbyists, and make sure they don't put a fiduciary law in, so that your manager and the company you work for, they're the ones who do the selection of the mutual funds to go into your 401k, and they make sure they steer you to the worst ones, so they make the kickbacks. That's why in the last 10 years, we're unable to force the mutual fund industry, which once was a tiny little cottage industry, which now is all of Wall Street, the biggest industry on Wall Street, because they are allowed to screw you in a 401k. It's that simple. It's that simple. Steer you to a bad mutual fund product. And then you know how they get we match you. We match. Every dollar you put in, we're going to match a dollar. But here's what people don't realize. When you got hired, if you were hired to let's say be a lay operator, for example, and you were supposed to get $55,000, well, they drop it to $45,000 because they know they have to match you with the 401k. So if you were supposed to get 65, they drop you to 55. If you're supposed to get 45, they drop you to 35. Because they're not putting the dollar in. They're not matching. They took it from you. Do you think these guys who don't even want to have a fiduciary relationship with you, you think they're not going to do that? And when the company, and again, I'm not saying every company does this. There's some fine companies, they protect their people under 401ks, and very few of them, but there is. But the majority don't. Look, 877-600-GANG, I need 5 people free. I'm going to give you my chart, $29.95, $30 free. You guys just join the gang, $39.95. And in the next 30 days, you're going to love it. You are going to love it. And we have fun. See you on the chart. Safe weekend. They're waiting for your call. Need 5 people.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams come.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock,